Eccoci. Farà strano vedere Naida usando Naida. Lo segui nella foresta. Siamo qui apposta. No, aspetta. Ma mi fanno andare dove sono venuto? O forse mi fanno fare il giro intorno qui da qualche parte. C'è qualquadra che non cosa, secondo me, eh? Eccoci. C'è qualquadra che non cosissima. Ah, ho capito, perché per loro è come se io fossi... Invece devo andare di qua, ho capito. E questa l'ho fatta prima di fare la storia, quindi per loro è come se venissi dall'abisso. In realtà non è vero. Non ha senso mi facessi tornare indietro a quel punto. Arrivo, con calma, mi mettete fuori. Eccoci qua. Ok, sto nuvola mi ha avuto un effetto strano. Kusanali, grandissimo.
Even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who abducted your sister. But even so, people call Sumeru the nation of wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the god of wisdom,
La dea della
maybe she
saggezza.
can give us some useful information. But Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City. Maybe we can climb up to that spot with this, even if we can't see exactly where the city is. At least.
Bah.
Wait a second. Look.
Un sumeru.
Perfect timing. Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around like, hey there. We're not from around here, and did they not hear Paimon? Hey, you over there. Could you give us some directions?
Cazzata. Grande Edo. Ormai Edo.
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that.
Cazzata, Paimon.
Wait, could she be ignoring us? How dare she?
Incazza Paimon.
Even so, she might be heading someplace where we could find
Boh,
other people
zitto,
to
mi ha
ask.
preso, come si chiama, l'australiana lì, quella cazzo di influenza, ma ha stroncato le orde uguali. Rispetto a 2 giorni fa, stasera sembra di buono Bocelli. Oh, attraverso nebbie di fumo e foreste oscure. Bene, bene, bene. Allora, dov'è che si va? Sì. Ah, devo... Cioè, mi tocca fare le fasi... Ho capito. Ok, ma io devo seguire lui, quindi non mi fare le cose. Meno male faccio le missioni, sti qui almeno parlano loro, così non devo parlare io.
Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but it looks like that's not the case. Look,
Tocca.
she's sitting over there. Wait, she couldn't possibly be living here, could she?
Berbongio e si va.
What should we do now? Do we try asking her for directions again?
Ah, una donna, boia. Mi sembrava... sì. Sì, la treccia così. Okay.
We just need her to point us in the right direction. That's all. Oh. What a lovely smell.
Questo è il cilume Paimon,
Coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it smells nice.
Te l'ho detto, sta sfasciando. Eccoci.
Huh?
Addio. Un po' forte sto cilum,
Is the smell making you feel sick?
Come deve andarsene? Addirittura, boh, cazzo ci hai messo nel cilum, Alfonso? Un po' di boncio gli ha fatto. Dove arrivano collei e tighnari, lo salvano, è capace. Invece no, c'ha lo svarione e ci tocca fare lo svarione. La foresta dei cambiamenti, il maiale è diventato Demons of Dana. Adesso sono finito. Non posso nemmeno correre proprio. Poi adesso. Eccoci. Hai capito? Esplode l'albero, tipo. L'albero dei cambiamenti, eh. Continua a seguire la voce. Se è la mia si sta benino. Dalle. Ok. E niente. Il serio viaggiatore ha perso il senso succede. Questo è collei.
Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that he's going to be
Te l'ho
alright,
detto, è
then there's
collei.
absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now? Oh, thank goodness, Traveler, you're finally awake!
Boh, che cazzo è successo, bimbi?
Well, we're at... good question. Where are we? Paimon was in such a panic when you passed out that she even... This is Gandharva.
Questo è un bel
It was
posto,
originally built by
Borgo
scholars in Sumeru
Gandharva.
as a place to rest in the rainforest.
So quanto
Now
prima.
it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations.
Un insediamento creato dagli studiosi di Sumeru come luogo di sosta nella foresta. Oara. Infatti è Oara. Questa è la Nico Robin di Sumeru.
My name is Collei. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master... Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything, really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh,
A parte la voce.
that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up.
Tocca.
Whoops!
C'è un po' le manine di cacca, c'hai, Collei, però. Ecco, tighnari.
Collei, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right, I'll get it for you once I'm finished here.
Tingaron.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Ma se Farbo si mette di nuovo con le funghe deve evitare, non riuscire a lasciare la guida in un punto più visibile, sempre fisso. Ok.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Quindi lui è un medico,
Yes,
tipo.
please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys
O
having little
comunque
imaginary fairies dance before his eyes,
un
then we'll just let
erborista,
him
tipo.
be. But
Ok, via, ci si pensa dopo. Adesso andiamo avanti, si fanno delle cose. Allora, si diceva, no?
so, how are you doing?
Insomma.
This is my master, Forest Watcher Tighnari. He is chief officer over all the rangers
Al
here in
guardaboschi.
Gandharville.
I already informed Paimon about
È
the
un
reason you
ranger,
fell
quindi.
unconscious earlier. But it is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in
Alla
isolated
meditazione.
areas,
Boia,
particularly the nearby forests.
monaci di
While
Shaolin,
meditating,
sti
they use a
guardaboschi.
certain incense known as spirit borneol to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination. In
Per
hopes of
forza.
asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled
Hypatia.
inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned.
Te l'ho detto, era troppo
That
forte il Cilum.
incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition. Very
Ok.
good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious?
Insomma. C'è un albero grosso, illumination.
Collei, let the others know to stop bringing their
Che
patrol
splendeva
logs
di
here for
luce.
now.
Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tighnari. Wait, hold on a second. Can you tell us what's going on?
Sure,
Per
let me fill
esempio.
you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests if you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Eccoci. Io cazzo
Are
è?
you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out. So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazard, the rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, for now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine. Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right. Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. It'd probably be best to let you recover first. Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here worrying about— What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now?
Non pensa hai avuto l'allucinazione.
The vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
Ria.
Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it to Tighnari? If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tighnari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if— Oh, Paimon gets it now.
Tighnari nasconde
That
cose,
explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations. But it seems like asking Tighnari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea. Colley's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what—
I riposi per tutta la notte.
Rise and shine! Come
Allora.
on, it's time to go find Colley!
Andiamo.
All right, next let's see. Right hand. Yes, not bad. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Collei,
Assentimento.
today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... Well, you understand.
Io
But I
buono.
have a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
Don't talk
Oh,
like
what a
that,
horror.
Collei. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Sommina.
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought—
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Collei, and if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Ok.
We're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Collei.
Yes, you can count on me. So, Collei, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tighnari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger. Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven.
Ok.
Paimon, traveler, this way!
E quindi
You can leave
tocca.
the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Tocca. Non c'è un bel viewpoint che ho saltato. Cioè.
Nothing wrong with these two lamps.
Punto
Let's move to the next
d'osservazione.
ones.
Ok. Allora. Sono finiti quelle sculture.
Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly.
Dove eri
Let me
finito,
make a note
vedo.
of it. No problems with this lamp. Good.
Attenzione,
The Statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before.
Succede, a volte quando scappa.
It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue.
Nessun problema, tanto ho già preso il
I
teleport,
guess
quindi...
I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue, so be careful. Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas. By the way, Collei, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon? You know, what's she like?
Che ti pare?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord
Ah
Kusanagi?
già, giusto.
Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon? Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon.
La
She
migliore.
created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sarastana.
Santuario di Surastana, dove sono stato a cercare cose.
Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest. Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from Sumeru?
Attenzione.
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't
La
worry,
facciamo
we
tutta da
understand.
sola, Famen.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider... Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Sì.
Wait, Amber? You mean... Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become... There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice.
Allora qualcosa
She's ready
serve,
to answer
Amber,
the
via.
call for action at any moment, but is also, if you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt and...
Vabbè.
Sorry. Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but one thing's for sure. You really like Amber. Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird. It's alright, Collei. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a
Soltanto
lot
un'amica
closer
di
to you.
Amber.
So, how do you know that we've met Amber? Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion.
Per forza.
I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day. Ah, so that's how you knew. Yep, so please know that you two have my complete... I wish I could tell you more about the Gender Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them. Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though.
Lo fanno.
So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling... Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a statue to clean. You both have my thanks. While you two were up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the...
Ok. Allora, vecchia domanda. Arrampiti in cima alla roccia. Se io faccio questo. E barare? Forse.
Huh. Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kind of small. Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali? The name does seem to fit the statue somehow. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure it. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and take care of...
Ma anche... Ah, ok. Vai, lustra. Bellina, va là lì. Come nuova.
Let's head down and meet up with Collei.
Ora mi tiro un attimo di sotto, là c'è un cinghiale che corre tipo coniglio. Brava, a riposarti, non è sgobbare.
Collei, we're back!
Ci siamo, eh?
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Yay!
Grande.
Food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Collei is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that. I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them.
Vita ripiena.
Whoops! Ah, no, you dropped it on the ground.
Lascia le mani un po' di cacchina,
Not to
collei.
worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Carta olea.
Paimon nearly...
Ti gusti le pita.
Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Collei. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time. Yay! Thanks, Collei! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy moments, too. Oh, I guess it happens from... So, Collei, don't you think that Tighnari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything without his permission.
Esce ogni cosa che tocca la butta in terra.
Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything. No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may see. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that
È
is
un
known for
visone,
their
un
cunning
mezzo
wit and
coniglio.
Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called...
Amo.
Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him, but Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. Seems you already know him well. Anyway, I'm sure the sages were not happy if Master could obviously have a bright future in the Academia, but he insists on sticking to the path of a forest watcher. Every day he helps the locals of the forest and passes on his extensive knowledge to trainees like me. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets. Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tighnari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Come mai?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, "Why, oh why, is he going to die?" It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while. Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuine. Hey! Now even Collie's starting to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for
Paimon
some
ammazza
real
tutti,
bad!
La collera paimoniana. Ok.
No! Don't touch me!
Boia, picchia tutti. Cazzate me le mine.
Oh, sorry, Collei. Paimon? No, I just... Collei, are you okay? What's the matter? No, I'm... I'm fine. I'm sorry.
Cosa
I must have
nascondi,
startled you
Collei?
both reacting like that. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Huh? What was up with Collei just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden?
Veramente stava camminando, però. Molto difficile ste missioni.
Traveler, you've returned.
Yep, we're back. Have you seen Collei by any chance?
Oh, Collei? Yes, I saw her go into her room just a moment ago.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow then.
Attendi fino a domani. Sbagliato. Le 9 basteranno. Ok.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with
I
Collei.
suoi frignoli per
and still
arrivarci
can't figure
prima.
out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tighnari, what are you doing here?
I came to check on Collei's condition.
Come mai?
You mean she's sick?
Cosa l'hai
How
fatto?
could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. Collei has
Eccoci.
been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't... I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now.
So, Tighnari, what's really wrong with...
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Collei just...
Dove si va?
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Collei told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Collei is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Collei asked me to. And honestly
Okay.
speaking, I was against Collei revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity.
So, Tighnari, what exactly is wrong with Collei? You said this is something...
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is at first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigue
Parestesie per
and
i
even
Madonna
experience
Santa.
peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body. and they effectively
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Collei seemed to be acting a little
ecco
clumsy
perché è
earlier,
sempre
it was
goffa.
correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or with appropriate treatment. The disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more... Nevertheless, Collei's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Collei over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied.
Vedrai.
the Fatui.
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save... Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Collei and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor.
Illuminare. Che salvò con lei, la portò qui in modo che disse che fu consegnata.
I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that... However,
Anni c'è stata.
Collei's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Collei is a resilient individual, and always tries to appear cheerful. But her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars.
Ah, ecco perché te la prendi.
Paimon had no idea.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Collei wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Collei once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional...
Don't worry, Tighnari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her... Though, I must admit that Collei's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, all right. Now that I've told you about Collei's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for...
Yeah, we'd like to do something.
All right,
Yeah.
but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as Nilotpala lotus. It's often used to help those
Ah, ce n'è
afflicted
un
with
botto.
Elazar recover their energy.
Nilotpala.
Hey, Tighnari.
Pieno.
Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Nilotpala...
Allora, Nilotpala.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Nilotpala lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the... There should be Nilotpala lotuses growing somewhere in the... If you could manage to gather... We'll rendezvous here once you've got...
Oh, quelli emergono. Eccoli là. Come si fa,
I see everything.
No, non me li fa prendere con lei. No, non ci voglio rete. Ma l'ho già raccolti questi, vabbè.
Everyone hold hands.
Non me lo fa fare.
All right, we've gathered enough Nilotpala lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tighnari. Hey, Tighnari, we found the lotuses.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. These are all... I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some...
Hey, Tighnari!
Eccolo.
Oh, Tighnari, someone's calling your name. They're...
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just... Let's go find out what's going on.
Amir.
Tighnari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharva.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The
Avvizzimento.
withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area. So we decided...
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear...
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to...
Wait, Tighnari?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous... As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive...
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry. He may not have a
se
vision,
sapesse.
but he's a real pro at using the power of the element. Don't sweat it. We've helped others deal with...
Wait, you've met other forest rangers before? I was planning to properly show you both how to identify the withering before... Anyway, since you two are experienced adventurers, come with me. I'm sure you'll...
Ci tocca, andiamo a vedere, insomma, dai. Allora, se ne andare a dritto.
I see everything.
Ora me le fai prendere, bastardo.
Hey, look! That
Oh,
gloomy area
capito.
over there. Even though Paimon's seen one before.
All right, traveler. We're about to enter the withering zone. Since you... But please remember, don't push yourself. If at any point it becomes too much... You ready then? Let's go.
Tocca.
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Guardare che danno hanno avuto. Aspetta, faccio un attimo. Allora, eliminare la scrotola. Allora, raccogli dendrograni e attacca. Ok, aspetta. Boia dia. Attaccare me. Cogli dendrograni. Ah, ho capito. Ok. No. Dov'è? Eccolo via.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Hey, Ready? Steady?
Facciamo così, via.
I'll protect us.
Now, destroy the tumor of the withering.
Vai.
We did it! Everything's
Yes, thanks to you two.
Tighnari? You make it sound like we did well.
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to if that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's for instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, and most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase.
Huh? But why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar case... No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that... By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before?
Il Minsul.
Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is all. And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time until a cure is found. All right, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now the...
Andiamo. Posso gara d'acqua. Prego. E si vola. Beh, fine del viaggio.
Oh, Tighnari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you
Bene,
reported has been
tranquillo.
taken care of. Huh. Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
E quindi?
Huh? What's wrong, Tighnari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following.
Okay.
Oh, her? How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh?
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3
Boy.
days? Hey, wait, how did you know?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as... I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler... So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? But wait, how'd you know that?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend... Because what you saw is of significant importance. not just for the... My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of... Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel... When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of spirit borneol are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us?
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she... Please, wait here for a moment.
Tutto un po' strani, eh? Dove sei andato? Bello sto uccello. E se ne va. Quindi?
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other... Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show... No. I should be the one thanking you.
Andiamo.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Ah no, proprio qui, ok. No?
Hello? Hypatia?
Eccoci.
Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Ci fa l'agguati. Eccoci. Bah, il maranara lì. Ok. Successe cose.
There you are.
In che senso?
Hypatia, are you... There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait, why does...
Ecco. Dark Souls.
Huh? How things out here end up looking like
Tra
this?
l'altro.
What happened?
Calma, ti pemo un cazzo.
Really? Oh, maybe...
Il silenzioso cercatore? No. Cazzo, stavo leggendo. Ah, il dungeon questo di Sumer. Boh, è bello, cazzo.
Wow, this place is huge.
Questo posto è strabello, altro
Prima
che...
knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
I funghi rimbalzanti, ok. Oh, volevi? Cosa c'è? Aspetta, oh. Cos'è sta roba? Posso ancora farci nulla, eh? Vabbè. Quindi sti scema, no? Devo arrivare lassù. La grotta speciale. Ma che cazzo? Va bene. Questo posto c'ha gli svarioni.
Just now, why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Ok. Bene. A volte quindi della rementina ancestrale e percorsi associati. Ok. Bene. Ok. Lo strano percorso. Sono un torbo.
Let's dance.
No, il ghiaccione no.
I see everything. Like the show.
Molto bene. Ok. Io lascio fare lui, però poi mi cagherà da qualche parte. Esatto. Il mondo è mio. Ah, ok. Bastava dargli il tempo. Comunque, boh, sta parte qui è veramente tanta roba. E certo.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Qui c'è una porta. Ah.
Hey,
Allora, qui devo farlo, tipo. Dai. Oh, bravo. Ma che cazzo? Ok. Si sale. Solo luce. Tocca. Eccoci. Apostolo dell'abisso. Insomma.
Everyone hold hands. Let's dance. Eat this.
No.
I see everything.
Servirebbe il ghiaccione, ma non ce l'ho il ghiaccione. Ok.
Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. We faced others like him before.
Though you may have managed to avert
Quindi è tutta un'allucinazione, vede, un incubo.
your good fortune is bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Oh, Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager
Altezza,
existence,
addirittura.
the bonds of love and family which drive you to find yours. But don't you fret now. Today.
What do we do? We
Ah,
haven't seen
pensi,
her. Oh, there she is! Quick! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why did you throw the food on the floor like that?
Eccoci.
Oh, guess that. Anyways, we can talk about this later. Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around.
Possiamo farne buon uso. Tocca.
Who is there? Tighnari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tighnari sent us here to bring you some food and water.
Scaccia pensieri, tipo.
I see. So, you're friends of Tighnari. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around, and even some...
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my...
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So...
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw...
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to...
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with...
Ok.
I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irma. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was... And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have all... It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh, and then?
And then I had a dream. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them near... I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me.
Creature affascinanti.
Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tighnari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding her... Sorry about that.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare... Alright, we're up, Traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie...
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it.
Quindi si cucina. Prepara del cibo. Dov'è il fuoco, scusa? Oh. Quindi si fa, ha detto... Prepara porta vivande.
All done! Let's use the empty box that Tighnari gave us since we already watched it. Oh, it smells amazing! And the box is a nice...
Via, pronto. Ho fatto il bento.
Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. I'm truly thankful when...
Eccolo.
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tighnari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn ale for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power.
Boh, senti là.
Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great understanding.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn ale would cause Not to worry, though. It appears you've already fully... Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation technique...
Well, that's really...
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it...
Whoa! You're really serious about this.
I am. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life.
Vita di Satyavada.
Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge.
Succede.
And touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
So knowledge from Irminsul could be super dangerous. Don't you ever feel afraid of the risk, Hypatia?
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the god of wisdom.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine...
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical.
Ok.
Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, the fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by
diventato
the
Freud
sages.
a un certo punto.
They believe that Greater Lord Rukadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become a researcher. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, it was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I back then. I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. But I was free of fear.
Ok.
Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things he saw when he connected with Irminsul?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a... World forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers.
Paripurna.
If you two are ever in the area again,
Annapurna.
please be sure to come and see me. There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors.
Ok.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions...
Borgo Gandharva. Ci tocca. Torniamo in patria. Ma c'è un teleporto vicino, cazzo. Ma sono le frasche le muovo? No.
Think about it, Tighnari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
La tua presenza.
Keep your emotions in check, Ulam. Let's at least listen to Tighnari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia,
Bello
not to
lui,
cause a
cazzo.
scene.
Lui si è Sabahu quando sarà nonno.
Sage
Nonno
Kaji,
Sabahu.
I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper...
Tighnari, your master is an integral part of this effort.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kaji?
Il maestro di tighnari,
You'll
attenzione.
know once you've arrived.
And how long will I be required to
There's no definite...
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't... If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer.
Tighnari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Salve.
Tighnari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project. But I had to refuse on account of all my... But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry.
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice.
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru's...
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City... How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from
Darsala
the
della
Immorta
Morta.
Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Also, when you
A
enter
lui?
Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oh? What is...
It's called an Akasha Terminal.
Terminale della
It's a
cascia.
tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of... Needless to say,
Okay.
this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise. So I'll leave it to them to show you.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! That's right! Tighnari, we have something important to...
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her
Ecco.
bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see...
Thanks, Tighnari. All right.
Farewell. And good luck.
Grande Tighnari. Sono da collei e poi... Arrivi per prendere il finale di
I've been
missione.
waiting for you two. Never mind.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Collei. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be...
There's no need to apologize, Collei. We should be thanking
Bisogna,
you
bisogna
for
sbustare
trusting us
Scara
enough
qui,
to be your
dottore.
friends. And we're probably still gonna worry about
È
your
veramente
condition.
tanta
But
roba da
that's because
usare.
we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh? What is it?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I
La
told
pita
you that I'd give you
ripiena.
a copy, remember?
Yay! Thanks, Collei. Now we can eat those scrum...
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharv. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Collei, bid you both farewell.
Ancora non è finita, in che senso? Ce ne andiamo a Sumeru, quindi prendo burrone Shinvat. E ci dirigiamo a Sumeru.
When most people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
In che
One
senso?
moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha.
Sulla
But
cascia.
no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler. Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord
Siamo a Ged,
Vigdavatta's lasting
dottore, siamo
legacy.
arrivati.
After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha,
Anzi, direi più
the
ora.
Academia as long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need.
È Ged, ripeto.
I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tighnari was telling us.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time. Here are your Akasha terminals. Please?
Grande.
It kind of looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase.
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Ok.
Whoa. Just now,
Wow.
something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know.
Exactly. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Ok.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about... 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Suristana. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember and it's on the... Paimon's brain is exhausted.
Ecco.
Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? You too? What? Huh. Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived? Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. It feels... Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us to Lesser Lord Kusanali. He's from Sumeru, and even has a position in the Academia. Maybe... Let's see.
Città di Sumeru.
On the letter's envelope.
Visiterò Hawir.
It's not far from the city's gate.
Ma tutto questo avverrà domani. Perché io ora al momento non ce la faccio più. Stacco perché sto veramente passando a essere sempre più senza voce. E non mi sembra il caso. Ciao.